All right, so today I'm going to be swapping out this pipe boot. I just replaced a couple over there. They're just starting to wear out from the plastic and the rubber. They just don't last the lifespan of the roof. I'm going to be replacing it with this bullet boot, so I'm just going to run y'all through the installation process. I'm going to start by breaking the seal on all the shingles that I need to remove. This one up top. All right, so essentially any shingles I'm going to need to take out, which is the ones that are cut, because this pipe size is going to be different than that one on the diameter. Actually, these are a little bit closer on the 4-inch, but especially on the smaller ones, it's really not. So any fasteners that are driven through this shingle are also driven through this shingle, which means I got to remove both of them. Two right there. Look at that, 2 for 1. So hopefully, still something else holding it in there. We'll look through it. One more. All right, toss that guy aside. Now I can see the remaining ones I got to take out of here. get away with leaving. I'll probably just go ahead and replace it. I like one full shingle to be there anyways, instead of these little guys. Alright, now that those two are removed, now I can go ahead and slip my pipe boot off. 6 nails. No, this one's got actually 7. Oh, 9. Careful not to damage that shingle above it. And the last shingle I'm going to want to take off is this one, just because they fasten nails through it, and that's just kind of vulnerable, especially for wind-driven rain over time. I'd rather be on the safe side. That's it. All right, we're nice and free. So you can also, like the way this one's cut, you're more than welcome to just copy it. You can take the new shingle and lay it on top. That's probably gonna be the easiest way to do it, or you can always hold the shingle up there and I'll show you how to do that too. But first I wanna wipe away all this debris. I wanna give a nice clean surface for my new shingle to adhere to. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab a couple new shingles. Because these are practically the same size. A good little cheat code you can do is when you're doing that, just lay them on the back. Obviously make sure your tabs are lined up the correct way. Take your razor blade and just scribe right where you're going to need that cut to go. And just be careful not to cut that shingle below it, or it kind of defeats the purpose of the repair when you're damaging other shingles. Now I'm going to finish this. Make sure my sides are nice and lined up. There's no binding. I like to get my corners down first, that way my shingle holds while I run them down the middle. Code in Georgia's 4, I like to go a little bit above and beyond, but I can drive forward in this one. Why? because my pipe boot's sliding on top, and that's also gonna have fasteners through it. Now, I should be perfect on height. Those ones over there, however, I had to cut them because they only come a certain height. So if it is, you're just gonna grab a handsaw and just run it across, make a nice mark, and make sure it's sitting nice and flush. Because I don't have to do that, I can just go ahead and nail this guy right down. And I really want to make sure it's straight. It's a pliable material, so I want to make sure it's going to match the angle of the roof. Where I like where it's sitting, I'm going to go ahead and drive the top to. And these really don't need more than 6, guys. I want to stay about an inch or so off the edge. And then I want to pull this down, make sure it's going to sit nice and flush. This is when you got to check the pressure on the nail guns, because this can easily be overdriven. And that's why I'm holding it, to do my very best to make sure there's no big gap right here for wind-driven rain to get into. And then 1, 2, just gonna finish that guy. If this does bulge too much for your liking, then I would just say drive another nail, you're gonna be okay. Now, for my next shingle, I'm gonna line it up where it's gonna go. Again, make my marks. And the way you know how to cut it down is you're gonna hold it next to where it's gonna go. Line it up, real pretty on that white line. Now you find where your marks are. You need to go right below that. Oh, I'm doing this upside down, excuse me. So I'm going to follow this down, so I'm going to cut it out from here. I want to do that, go up a little bit more, follow my cut down, follow my cut down, follow my cut down, follow my cut down, and follow my cut across. And again, make sure you don't damage the shingle underneath it, so be careful. Cut where it needs to go. Pull it down. Alright, slip this guy under there and test it out. See how it sits. Let me make it to our line without interfering with it. I like it. Could be a little prettier, but I like it. The only thing I want to do is just trim this a little bit, because I don't want anything. I want water to be able to pass through the sides of this so it doesn't create buildup around it. Even a little bit more I'd be happier with. There, I'm happy with that. Same thing here. Just a little more off the side. Making sure not to cut the silicone underneath. Beautiful. Now it's going to allow water to pass through it and not create buildup. Again, line it up. Feel free to still drive it through the flashing. Can't be too secure. This is a GAF shingle, so anywhere in the common bond area is going to be fine. There's my 6 and my last shingle. Same practice, except I'm not going to have to cut this one very much at all, so I'm going to go ahead and just slide it in here. Same thing. Make sure your spacing's even if you're going to cut it this way. Make a mark where it's going to have to go, and then I know I'm going to have to cut it about 1.5 inches up. Alright, let's give that a shot. Slide that down. Now, let's go a little bit higher. Alright, that's where I want it. Beautiful. Again, start at the corners. The way it won't slide on you when you're running the middle nails. Go up a little bit. Magnetic hatchet helps, but doesn't solve all the problems of working on a roof. Alright, and then last but not least, make sure you're replacing the nails that you took out from the shingles above it. You don't want to forget about those and have those blow off. Alright, and then now that all your shingles are cut, the last step is going to be using your sealant. Very critical step. You want to cover up any of these exposed nail heads. Just get a nice dab on there. You don't have to go crazy with it, but my nozzle's a little big right now. And then, as an extra bit of precaution, even if it's a new shingle on a new shingle, I'm just going to go ahead and play it safe and just add some sealant. The biggest part is when you're doing an old shingle on a new shingle, because that guy is never going to reseal itself. Once that factory seal is broken, good luck. Couple dabs. I'm probably doing a little excessive, no more than probably 4 across it. It's just fine. Again, any shingle you broke the seal on, I'm just going to go ahead and give it a little bit extra. This one's probably already sealing down pretty nicely. Since it's already heating up pretty quickly, I'm going to leave that one alone, but on any of these old ones I'm definitely going to do.